Welcome back to another episode of Trench Study. In this video, I'll be breaking down Bears rookie Austin Booker's game against the Panthers. Booker is a 21-year-old edge rusher out of Kansas, and he's listed at 6'6", 245 pounds. He got his first sack this week, and I'm going to show you what made him one of my favorite late-round prospects in the 2024 draft. Let's get into it now. On this first rep, we're going to see Austin Booker go to his go-to move. It was his go-to move in college, and it's been his go-to move so far in the pros. And then you see him chase down the play like he always does. I believe he's going to be working against Ike Ekwonu here, who was a first-round pick a couple years ago. And he's going to come off the ball, get that long arm out there. So there you see it. He's going to get that long arm to his shoulder. And then he's going to try to get that right hand on him for a second for a bull rush. And then he's going to clear his hand off and try to clear the left tackle's left hand right there, as you see. Clears it off of him. He has no hands on him then. And then he tries to swim over top. And then from there, he's just going to chase down the play. These chase downs are what really made me love him, and I'm going to show some reps later on where he makes tackles on them. And he just does this every single play. This next rep here, he's going to go for another long arm. This time it's a little different, and he ends up getting his first NFL sack right here. So this time he's actually going to go for a stutter, so he comes off the ball and does a couple stutter steps right there. And then he explodes into him with a long arm, knocks him off to the side, swims over top, gets a hit on the QB. The QB runs out. And then he's just going to track him down and get the sack. One more time in full speed. Long arm, swim, gets a hit, and then just sticks with it. Very nice. Now after seeing those first two reps, guess what move he's going to try on the third one? If you guessed long arm, you were right. So this is a pretty quick rep, but you can see once again just his ability to land that long arm. He gets it first. The tackle lands his too, but Booker wins with his. And then he would have had a shot at the QB if the ball didn't come out. He has so much pop in these hands for someone who's only 245 pounds. He moves guys off all the time. Here we have another pass rush from Austin Booker. I'll let you guess what it is. If you guessed long arm, this time you'd be wrong. I really liked Austin Booker's spin moves out of college, especially to the inside. Mainly the one against Kelvin Banks Jr., if anyone knows what I'm talking about. But here you just see he's going to knock these dude's hands in and then swim around and seal it off. As you see, he's holding on to his left arm right now. Then he tries to get through. Fifth rep here, and he goes back to his long arm. So once again, you see he's able to land first. There it is. And then from there, he's going to swim over top. And if the guard doesn't help, he probably has a shot at the QB. I did feel like the pop in his hands was underrated coming out of college, but to see him doing this against NFL tackles consistently is amazing. He just gets it, and he's able to move them almost every time. There must be so much power behind that. And he's only 245 pounds. Once he gets about 255, 260. Whew. I think I mentioned before how I liked Austin Booker's spin move to the inside a lot, specifically the one against Kelvin Banks Jr. last year, and you're going to see that same move here. So he's going to come off the ball and set him up like he's working to the outside. Then he's going to chop down both of the tackle's arms right here. And then spin to the inside and try to seal him off with his right hand. The guard help does come, but you see he's getting to the QB. And this is something I've noticed with Austin Booker. He hasn't really had too many real pass rush opportunities. He's been out there on the field, but a lot of these reps, the ball comes out in like 2 seconds, so he doesn't even have a chance to really get to the QB. Once we start seeing some of those opportunities, I think we're going to start seeing some sack numbers too. Now we're going back to the long arm here. So he's going to come off the ball and avoid the chip from Jatavion Sanders and then get into him with that long arm. He lands it almost every time. It's really is crazy how consistently he's able to land it and push guys out of the way. Gets him out of the way, clears that hand, and then he would have had a path to the QB. So one more time, avoids the chip. Gets into him with the long arm. Then he goes to clear that right hand, which he does. And then he would have had a path. And you could see he's frustrated at the end of this rep too. Gets into him, passes it off, and then look at him. He's mad. I can't blame him. Here we have another pass rush against Ekwonu. So Booker's just going to come off the ball here, stab him in the shoulder, and then swim over top. But the QB is going to come out of the pocket here. Booker's going to spin off and try to get to him. So I don't think the spin was actually part of his rush originally, but he's going to do it once he sees him come out. It just shows how deep his bag is. This next one I'm going to show you is probably my favorite rep from this whole game, just because it's such an interesting way to do a stunt, and they almost get a sack for it. So instead of just coming upfield and pausing for a bit and then trying to go inside, he's going to come off the ball, get into him, spin off, and then get into the guard and take him out too. So he takes two guys out, opens up a free rusher. And what I really like about this is it makes it a lot harder on the offensive tackle. If someone just comes off the ball here and just pauses here and then goes inside, he's going to know. But since Booker gets into him with a spin move, he's going to have his eyes distracted and he won't be able to see number 93 working around the edge. And then with that, he's able to get right into the guard too and take him out. So he completely does his job while also distracting the offensive tackle. I really like that, and I'd like to see him keep doing it. Now, I believe I mentioned earlier how much Austin Booker chases down plays, and you're going to see it in these next few reps here. Gets on it, tackles him. I just love how much this dude's working to the ball. It's constant motion to the ball. Immediately changes direction, gets to him. There's a reason he was able to rack up 56 tackles last year while only playing about 500 snaps, and it's because of this. He chases down plays at a rate that you just don't see from many prospects, and that's why I loved him so much. You see it there, just a heat-seeking missile. He's going to come all the way from the opposite edge, all the way across the field, and make a tackle over here. And it's a pretty important tackle, too. It saves about 10 or 15 yards. As you can see, there's basically no one left after he gets blocked. And I'm going to end it off with a QB hit he had against Stafford here. I'll play it one time, and then I'll break it down afterwards. Just sticks with the rep. He doesn't really win with technique here. He just wins with motor and want to. But he's going to come off the ball, kind of get wide, and then hit him with a long arm. But he misses under the tackle's arm. Then he tries to just bull rush him for a second. Can't really do much. So he just tries to work each side, swipes the hands away, and then gets back to Stafford. So one more time before I wrap it up. See, he gets wide, long arm, tries to bull, and then just swipes aside. Picks wherever he can get free. Thank you for watching this episode of Trench Study. Hopefully I was able to do a good job of showing what made Austin Booker one of my favorite prospects in the 2024 draft. Leave a comment predicting how many sacks Booker will have this year. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Peace.